Hi everyone, I'm Lauren and welcome back to my channel. This is Light in Lavender, where we talk about all things books on my own writing journey, and today I'm going through my 2021 goals that I set and seeing how well I did. Hello everyone, so this is going to be my reacting to my goals video. So I have two from last year that I didn't realise I'd made, so I'm going to quickly run through those. I'm going to listen to these on 1.25 speed just so that it's a little bit quicker. I'm going to stop where I can to like skim over things, so I'm going to miss out my introductions and the ending and things like that, and I'm just going to live react to my goals and see how well I did for 2021. I can't remember all of them. I think I did okay, but I don't think I did all of them. So let's just see what we've got.
If any of you have been watching the majority of my Vlogmas videos, you will have seen that I did an introduction to my 2021 planner, but I didn't include...
Can we just say that I definitely had my background music on too loud on this, and it took me ages to figure out what I needed to actually get to the right place.
This one. I bought this from a small business on Twitter called Art by Lena. It's a 2021 motivational planner, but right at the start, it's got a place for all my goals.
So I did kind of use this. I tried to use it every month, but I did not do very well at using it consistently, and I don't think I used the last 3 months of that, and maybe I missed February and March out, so I'm glad it only cost me £5 because I didn't really use it that much, but yeah, I thought it was going to be a lot more useful than it actually was.
On the inside cover of this notebook, there is a list of goals. I'm not sure if you can see them properly on the camera, but so far I've got 7 goals that I want to go through and try and achieve within 2021. I think this is a really useful little thing. This only has a couple of pages per month, but it's to write down your main goals, any thoughts and reflections, and just plan the little things and just keep you publish a book.
So I did this one. I published my first book, Artefact 299, in October. I don't think that was the book I was intending to publish when I wrote these goals out, but that is the one that I eventually went with, and I have really enjoyed the experience of publishing this, and I'm looking forward to being able to publish more of my books in the future. But I need to, one, save up more money, two, learn how to market, because this book is doing okay, but I don't think it's sold anything in a month because I don't know how to market or get my name out there. So I've got that to learn, and yeah, I need to write a few books. I want to write a trilogy this year, and I don't want to publish any of it until it's all written so that I don't have to try and unwrite a corner that I've backed myself into. So I've got some plans there for that.
I mean, this has been a goal of mine for years, but I think the 2021 is actually going to be the year where it is most achievable. So that is my first goal, and it's the first thing that jumped into my head when I started writing out my goals, and then I thought, maybe I need to stop being so business orientated. Which leads me on to my second goal, which is to run 5k in less than 30 minutes.
I didn't do this. This has been on my goals every year for, I want to say 11 years. I have never got to 30 minutes for a 5k. I think the closest I got was in 2020. Yeah, 2020, where I did 5k in 36 minutes. That is the closest I've ever got. I've not ran since October. It gets too cold to run outside, and I like to use the same path and the same route to know if I'm actually doing any better. I think I need to start running up 5k in a gym, just so I know that it's not the same conditions, and when I go outside and do a 5k, I'm not going to be able to do it because there's hills and I don't get that on a treadmill. But I think building it up in a gym and getting to that 30 minutes mark is what I need to do to actually one day achieve this goal. Is it on my 2022 goals? Kind of, yeah, probably.
Again, this has probably been on my goals list for, I want to say, 6 to 7 years.
See, she knows. Past Laura knows.
Now, I cannot get below 30 minutes to do a 5k. This year was the best I've ever done. I got to 37 minutes for a 5k, which is
37, not 36.
the quickest 5k I've ever done. But then I had to go back to work. I couldn't run in the evening. It's now cold. I've not been able to run since November. I am hoping to run around Christmas. I'm going to be getting a Fitbit for my Christmas present of family. And I'm just so excited to do it. So I'm hoping that 2021 will be the year.
Oh, I just realised this was filmed on my bridge camera. So when I made my return to YouTube, I was filming on this camera. I do really love this camera. It takes really good pictures, but it doesn't focus at all. So I stopped using that, and I've gone to my phone. I would like to go back to a camera just because I like being able to use my phone for any notes or anything like that rather than paper or my laptop. But I am thinking of selling this camera because I don't really use it all that much, and yeah, filming wise, it doesn't focus. You can't flip the screen, so it's not really great in terms of that sort of thing.
I'm going to check with my gym that I'm signed up with to see if we're able to go in and use the facilities, because at the moment I don't want to go out running in the morning or after work because it's dark. It's not safe.
I also had to change gym because at the start of 2021 they actually closed the gym to do refurbishment and they've still not opened, so I'm now with a different gym which I can use but I have not used in about, well, I've not used the gym side of it for a month. I've been going to gym classes.
Safe, and where I'm going is a little bit isolated and dark. There's no one around. I don't really like the idea of running there on my own.
What's the
so
third
much
one?
more achievable for me. My third goal for 2021 is to decide whether I should set myself up as a sole trader and do self-employed, or set myself up as a limited.
So I've made my decision on this. I've gone self-employed for the time being. I work full time, so having a limited company would not work for me because I would have to pay a salary out to me rather than with self-employed, technically the business and personal money is mixed a little bit more rather than having the company, and I don't want to be paying myself from a separate company because then I'll get hit with double tax. So it doesn't seem that there isn't that much benefit for me from setting up a company at the moment. But yeah, it did take a while to decide because I wasn't sure if I wanted the limited company to wrap around so I could have like a separate PO box and things like that, because I don't want my personal address out there, and I think I'm going to sign up for one of those sort of like postal addresses that you can get that's set somewhere and all your mail can go through that place rather than having the worry of people finding out where I live.
Limited business for my writing things. If I don't know what the pros and cons are. I know if you set up as a business, it's normally to do with not having to pay as much tax out compared to being self-employed.
Yeah, so there was no point for that for me. I would be paying extra tax, so yeah, definitely not worth it.
It's just something I need to do to be able to push me towards that writing journey and writing goal of actually publishing anything. My fourth goal for 2021 is to outline my Weight of the World trilogy.
I did this. I've not fully done it, and I still don't have an ending because apparently I can't plan out endings. Project Witch still doesn't have a concrete ending. I think I decided on something a couple of weeks ago, but yeah, still no concrete ending. But I did actually plan it out. I've decided that each book is going to be one of the three main characters that I've had. I'm hoping this works. Although the first book has now changed because it was going to be a different character who was. So the idea originally was there was going to be one main character and she was going to have two secondary characters who like supplemented the storyline, but then I've changed it so it's three main characters. They've all got their own individual storylines, their own individual arcs. So there's going to be an overarching story arc between all three books, and then each character is going to have like their arc as sort of the main plot point for each book. Yeah, and the first book has definitely shifted a lot from who I thought it was originally going to be. So the way I wrote it, it was going to be one, and then as I was writing it, it ended up being a different one. So yeah, I have done that though, so go me.
If you've watched my previous video on my writing update, you'll have seen that I mentioned that I've got a trilogy of books that I need to outline, and I really think I need to do it this year. I refuse to do it until my other two pieces of work are done.
I didn't actually finish Project Witch before I outlined this. I'd set this goal to outline this trilogy before the end of the year. Oh, that's a really bad screenshot, I've just realised. I set this goal and then in December I just decided I was going to outline it because I really wanted to have an idea of where to go with this, because I am hoping to start writing this year. I just need to sit down and get my laptop out and do some writing.
Or at least one of them is done, but I really need to outline this and understand where I'm going with it, because I love how I've developed the 40,000 words that I've written already of the first book, but I don't know where it ends. I don't know what the story's doing.
This is like just a constant issue. I am a full-on sort of pantser. I don't know where the stories are going at all. I come up with an idea and I have to write. I'm very much a discovery writer. I have to write to get to understand what the story actually is. Artefact 299 didn't have an ending, didn't have a plot. I was literally just writing that and trying to like put together the pieces and decide how everything was working. The same with Project Witch. I've wrote 42,000 words of that now, and yeah, there's lots of pieces in there, but I didn't know any of it until I started writing, and I feel like although I've given myself a sort of like overarching idea for the Weight of the Worlds, I definitely still do not know what is going to happen, and one day I might become more of a plotter, but I can't do it. I just struggle to. I just don't know where the ideas are going. I don't know if that'll come with experience and time, but yeah, that's a big issue I have.
This is like a fully non-planned out, non-outlined story. I remember at one point I deleted 4,000 words because they weren't going. I literally deleted them. I have no idea what these words were anymore. So I need to plan this out. I need to plan it and I need to outline it, because this is the trilogy.
Right, come on.
2021 is to change my relationship with food.
I kind of did this. I've started eating salads a lot more for lunch, so my relationship with food is changing. I don't feel as dependent on it. I do still eat a lot of snacks, but I don't. I think I've massively changed my hunger cues. I need to reduced my reliance on snacks, but my overall relationship with food, I feel, is a lot healthier than it has been. I'm trying to break that reward yourself with food mentality. That is one that I've had for years, and I know that it's going to be the biggest thing and it will cause the most issues for me. But I am sort of like getting there, so fingers crossed that this is actually something that I've done. It's going to be a long-term thing, and like I said, I still need to change my relationship with snacks and things like that, but I'm getting there.
So I have, I don't know if it's like an issue with food, but I need to change how I view food, what you eat for. I need to change my eating habits in general. I keep trying to be healthier, but I don't like a lot of food, so it makes it really difficult to.
So, like on that, I am a really picky eater. I don't know if it classes as being a picky eater, but like certain textures and things I just can't stand. So, yeah, I think I'm definitely getting there, and it's definitely getting better. Like I said, I'm now eating salads. I never used to eat salads, so I am one step forward into a healthy eating routine.
To actually eat healthily, so I need to change how I view food and change how I look at everything. So instead of celebrating and going, oh, I need to grab a cake or something like that, changing my behaviour around it. And I think if I can change to that mindset, I might actually be able to push myself a little bit more into eating better, because at the moment I just want to eat bread all the time. My sixth goal for 2021 is.
This is what I mean by the camera losing focus. Look at that. I did not know this had happened until I edited it, and it used to annoy me so much.
Is to upload a YouTube video every single week.
I didn't do this, but I did end up filming and putting out more than 52 videos in 2021. So this happened more because I started doing twice weekly uploads in some weeks. But I think there was like July, definitely October, November, and December. I don't think I did like. I don't think the videos worked out to a video a week. Whereas so far in this January, I think I've done 6. So again, I think sometimes it ends up working out as like a weekly YouTube video, but I didn't actually upload weekly, so I technically failed this one, but I still put up more videos than I would needed to have done to do this.
Which I've been doing consistently well with anyway, but I just wanted to make it a goal so I can just push myself a little bit more to making that video. I'm glad to be back. And my 7th goal for 2021 is to pick up my.
I said 7th and I put 6. But I didn't do this. I only posted like 3 blog posts in 2021. I've not done any for 2022. Sometimes I feel like I should close my blog down, but I really love having my blog and I have loads of ideas. I just need to sit down and write them. So that is one of my main goals for the next year, to just try and I just need to find time to sit and write. I think that's just like an overarching theme in my life.
My blog again. I've not blogged since October, which is a really long time.
Oh, it's been a year now, Lauren. Poor baby Lauren. Didn't realise how badly she would blog.
I was doing really well during my furlough period. I didn't have to work, so I was able to do my blog, my YouTube, do some writing, get some reading done, and then I had to go back.
This is just me saying that I really wish that I had a job that meant that my job was to write my blog, make YouTube videos, read, write. Sometimes I wish that I could go self-employed full-time and focus on my writing and have my writing be my main source of income, but I'm also aware that that is a lofty ambition and not something that I will actually be able to do at any point.
To work, and I lost 8 hours a day, and losing that 8 hours meant that I did not feel as motivated. Then I also had.
Like I said, I lost 8 hours a day when it literally is just I had to go back to work. This is what 3 months off with furlough will do to you.
Going to help clean animals every day, which also took. To start off with, it was taking around 1 to 2 hours a day. Now it's taking about 1.5 hours a day. But it's an extra 1.5 hours where I could have been sat writing. So the idea is that I'm going to do some bulk writing, and I'm going to schedule my posts to go out.
I'm honestly not surprised my YouTube channel has not grown at all if this is the quality people are getting. Honestly, I apologise for this camera. I thought it was really good when I bought it. But yeah, I kind of want to go to a Canon. This is a Sony bridge, and Sony are really good, but I think just this one in particular, I would like to have a Sony. Maybe I would just go to a Sony, like click and point, I don't know, but I need something that has better, and it's not my phone because I like to use my phone for other things whilst I'm filming.
Fortnightly, I would like to go back to weekly blogging, but I think the only way I can get back into blogging is if I do write a load of posts and then just schedule them throughout the year. I think if I do it that way, it'll be more consistent and there'll be less hit and miss blog posts going up. So those are my 7 goals for 2021. 7 is such an odd number.
So those were the 7 just general goals that I had, and I think that I did quite well. I think there was only 2 that I didn't really do, so I managed to achieve 5 out of the 7, maybe 4, but I think that was probably better than I had for a while. Oh my god, I've just realised that it says 20 20,921 goals. No wonder no one found this video. This is why it's always important to proofread. Right, so the next video that I want to go to is this is my reading goals for 2021. I can't remember what these are, and I also can't remember why have I got a thingy of S, whatever. I can't remember what these are either, so we'll be just a surprise to see what I actually managed with this one. So let's see.
This is going to be another quick short video, but I just wanted to put up my thoughts on where I actually wanted to go with my reading in 2021, starting with the Goodreads goal. So for 2021, I want to read 60 books.
I didn't hit 60 books. I got to 51. I think I did really well. There was quite a few months where I didn't read anything at all, and then in November and December I managed to read 5 books. January I read 7, but quite a few of the months were like 3 books. So I'm impressed with 51. This year I've gone for 52 because I think that a book a week is more reasonable, and maybe I'll up it if I surpass that, but so far that is my reading pace because I don't read every day. If I did read every day I would probably be able to hit 100, but I don't. I need to organise my time better, and my time management skills are appalling, and I don't know if it's some sort of like negativity in me. I just can't find the motivation to read, which is weird because I love reading.
It might not sound like a lot, and although I didn't hit 50 this year and I'm currently on 43, I think that next year, reading from January consistently, I'll be able to hit 60 books. So I am, keep my fingers crossed, that is where I will end up the year. If I can get past 60, I'll be even happier, but I think I'm going to do a Twitter thread, I'm going to put it on Goodreads, and I'm also going to put it on Storygraph. So I'm going to have a lot of accountability everywhere. Another one of my reading goals for the year is I want to read, well,
I think 1.5 speed is too fast. Let's go to 1.25.
listen to at least 10 audiobooks.
I don't know if I did this actually. I don't know how many audiobooks I listened to last year, but I don't think it was 10. It might, but I did listen to quite a lot of. Let's check my phone actually. Let's go through Goodreads and see which ones were audiobooks that I've listened to in 2020 audiobooks. So we've got 16, 2021. So I listened to The Queen of Nothing, Shadow and Bone, Escape from Arcadia, Becoming, Elantris, The Near Witch, The Decision, The Alchemist, and The Ashbourne Boy. So I got to 9. So that's better than I thought. Not quite as good, obviously, but 9 audiobooks, especially because I forgot this was a goal. So I wasn't keeping track of it at all. But yeah, I borrowed some of those from the library, but I'm happy with that.
Which sounds like a lot, but I think I've really gotten into audiobooks in the last couple of months. I think it's a really great way to be able to...
Also, I was listening to audiobooks whilst I went on a daily walk, and I have not done a daily walk in about 8 months, so that might also be why I didn't get to as many audiobooks as I thought I would.
To digest a book. I can go on a walk and just listen to an audiobook.
See?
I can drive to the shop and listen to an audiobook. It's either that or a podcast, but I think if I can get through audiobooks, I will be able to definitely hit my 60 book total by the end of the year. There's already a few that I want to get. I've got one waiting on my library, I've got a couple in my Audible account that I need to get to. So I think I can actually get through these 10 books, and I think it'll be a really great way to digest information and to be able to consume stuff in a different way, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. Another one of my reading goals is to read more diversely, so
I think I did this. I read a lot of Chinese-inspired fantasy in 2021. So I read Iron Widow, which I absolutely loved. I read The Poppy War. I read what else have I read? There was quite a few more diverse books than I usually read, but without going through my entire list of books that I read in 2021, I know that I did manage it because I was being more conscious of the books that I was reading. I also read like Elizabeth Acevedo's books. I think I read one of those. I'm just trying to remember every book that I read, which is not really great because I can't remember. But I know that I realised and recognised that most of the books that I read were medieval European inspired fantasy by old white men. And that was just because those were the books that I read when I was growing up, and those are the sort of books that I just continue to pick up and buy. I think with Fairy Lou I've been able to read a bit more diversely because some of those are a little bit better, but I've also been taking more inspiration from BookTube and also just looking out there and trying to find books that are a bit different. I've got loads more that I need to read, but I just need to get around to them. But that's going to be part of the TBR topple, that one.
I've been trying to be more proactive about the types of books that I'm reading, so I'm really bad for reading. fantasy books written by middle-aged white guys set in a Eurocentric world.
There you go. I've said it again.
So I'm going to try and change that. I'm going to try and sort that up a little bit. So I've bought Cinderella is Dead recently.
Oh yeah, I bought that. I read that and I really enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4 stars. It was an okay book. I didn't think it was amazing, but it was definitely an interesting retelling.
I'm reading Elizabeth Acevedo in January. I'm trying to branch out with the different backgrounds of authors and also the different types of books. So if I'm reading fantasy, I want to try and see a different view of this. I really want to pick up some N.K. Jemisin, and there's a couple of others. I made a huge list of books that are like African-focused fantasy, but I can't remember what they all are. But I want to try and delve more into that and see different cultures. I recently received The Dragon Pill from someone off my wish list.
I've still not read that.
And I really want to read that, so it's a different side of things. And I'm just trying to open up and branch my reading taste out a little bit, because I don't know if it's predictable is the word, but I do tend to get stuck in like a certain area and I just read an author to death and I don't really pick it.
Yeah, I think I tend to just buy the authors that I know and like rather than trying to branch out, and so I've been trying to change that a lot.
Anything else up, so I'm trying to just diversify my reading interest and see if I can find some new authors that I enjoy. Another reading goal that I've got is I want to try and keep my non-fiction books to around 25% of my total books read.
I don't think that happened at all. I don't think I read that many non-fiction in 2021. I did try, but it just wasn't a non-fiction heavy year, which is kind of nice because it meant that I could actually delve into the stories a bit more and I enjoyed my reading a bit more. I have got quite a few non-fiction books that I need to read and that I want to get to, but they're not ones that I have actively worked against. But yeah, 25% of 51. Definitely don't think I read more than 10 non-fiction books last year.
In the year, so around 15. Yeah, I think it's around 15 books for the year would be non-fiction. I've got a couple of craft books I need to get through, and I enjoy reading like the history side of things, so we've got a couple of books downstairs that are more non-fiction based. My other half prefers to read non-fiction rather than fiction, which I don't really understand, but I want to try and
Not me, just casually judging Todd's reading interest. He's not very much. He's not a big fiction reader, so it's just not something he enjoys, but yeah. I still don't understand it because I like to read to sort of like switch off, whereas he prefers to read to learn things. It's just weird. It's so weird how different people respond to different media. But yeah, who am I to judge?
Broaden my knowledge and my understanding of the world and my understanding of certain things in the world. So I'm trying, fingers crossed, to get to around 15 books non-fiction as well this year. I'm going to try and space them out. So I might do a couple in January and then like try and build it, because I don't want to do too many. And I do have loads, absolutely loads of fiction books I need to get through as well. But I want to make sure that I'm still keeping up my knowledge and my own reading. And my final reading goal for the year is to read at least one book in Spanish.
I did not do this. I attempted to do it in December to just finally get there, which is to read one book in Spanish and one book in French.
And one book in French. That might not seem like a lot.
I don't know why, I just didn't pick them up. And one of them I started in 2015 and I really enjoyed it, but I've just never, that picture, I've never actually got around to finishing it. So yeah, I still want to read them, but I think making it a goal like that made it more difficult to do. So I just need to like kick myself and force myself to pick these books up because I've got so many of them that I need to get through.
Over the course of the year, but I know that I have not practiced my languages in so long.
And that is another reason I think that I'm worried that I'll start to read it and I won't remember anything. And I spent so long and so much money learning French and Spanish, and I think I'm losing it, which is really upsetting to me. So I need to do something. I have started listening to more YouTube channels in French and Spanish to help with my listening skills, and I think that's helping, but I need to find a way to practice my speech and also my reading comprehension, because I know that I'm just letting that slide.
And the small part of me is dying because I'm not using it, and I hate the fact that I spent 4 years studying
look, the same reasons.
these languages at university. I've lived abroad, I could speak them fluently, and now I struggle. So I'm trying to increase my usage of this. So I watch some booktube in French and Spanish, which I think does help, although I might need to pay more attention to it. I'm just
I like how these are the exact same points as what I've just said.
And let it wash over me. So my other goal is definitely to just try and read at least one book. If I can read more, I would be really happy, because I know I've got a couple of books to start series in Spanish, but that's gonna be my goal, because then I've got 6 months to read each of them, and I don't care if it takes me a few months to get through them. As long as I can actually finish the book, I will be really, really happy with myself and pleased that I've done it, and maybe it will start a new love affair with foreign language books again.
Okay, so those were my goals from 2021. I think I did okay overall. I think I was being a bit ambitious with some. Like, why did I give myself a non-fiction goal? Like, I know I don't enjoy reading to learn things. Well, I do, but like, That's not what I count as like my reading. I wouldn't sit down and be like, oh, I'm just going to pick up this non-fiction book and read. So I found that was a strange goal that I gave myself. I was not expecting to see that. I was originally going to do this as a video for my 2021 review and also my 2022 goals, but I think with how long this one is going to be, I'm going to separate this. So I'm going to leave it here. Yeah, so I was going to do this as one big video, but I don't want it to go on too long, so I'm going to split it in half, and hopefully I will put the right hashtags in for the tags for the video. So yeah, maybe I'll do it right. Let me know if you like this sort of video, if you like me seeing me react to previous videos. I have got loads. If anyone wanted to see me react to like my first video on this channel, that would be crazy. It's like, I think it's 1 minute 30 seconds. It is not long at all. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. Did you manage to get through all of your 2021 goals as you were expecting to or you were hoping to? If not, well, why not? Was there any major reasons? For me, I just kind of just stopped doing things. I lost all motivation. After I released my book in October, I completely lost all motivation to do anything. I think I just suffered like major burnout for 2 months, and yeah, it wasn't great, so I need to try and understand what I need to do better for the next time I publish a book. I think my main thing will be to plan things out so I'm not like rushing. I think that the last couple of weeks in October, I was rushing so hard to get this book out and kind of panicking about it, whereas I think if I give myself more time to go through it, I will probably do it a lot better, which is why I'm not planning to publish anything in 2022, because I want to give myself that time and that space to think things through. But if you like this video, don't forget to give it a like, and if you want to see more of my videos, don't forget to hit subscribe. There's a new one out every single week, or is there? I hope you're all well and you're all staying safe, and until next time, bye!